Grow Garden has broken Roblox records within months of release, peaking now at 21 million active players, and the game is truly a revolution. But how? How has a game as simple as Grow a Garden broken records? Let's start off by looking at simplicity as a good thing. You see, Grow a Garden is literally one of the most simple concepts on Roblox. You buy a seed, you plant the seed, you wait for the seed to grow, you sell the crops, and then you repeat the process over and over. It's a game anyone could understand, which when you're looking at it from a 21 million player perspective, that's actually a good thing. And this is especially because of its young audience. A survey done by Roblox revealed that 58% of users are under the age of 16. Now consider the parents that have an account for their kids to play on. You can imagine that around 60 to 70% of Roblox's players are kids. The game has all the things these kids want: bright big colors, a simple incentive, and the fact that you can progress through the game very fast is something kids love. You probably can go from 1 schmeckle to 1 million in under an hour, which we see happen in a few YouTube challenge videos. Basically, the game quickly rewards these kids with dopamine and gets them coming back. Now let's look into one specific feature, the shop. You see, Grow a Garden would be a generic simulator like the millions of others on Roblox, except for this unique shop. The shop isn't just a place where you can buy seeds, it's essentially a time gambling machine. Except instead of money, you're putting in time. The shop resets every 5 minutes, and in each reset you can buy new and sometimes rare seeds. While this doesn't really affect new players as they're just trying to buy their simple carrot seeds, but as you play the game for more and more hours, you start to depend on getting these rare seeds. So this makes them continuously come back to the game just to look at the shop every time it resets, hoping they can find a rare seed. Just like how a gambler continuously spins a slot machine, hoping they can get a jackpot. But another thing that does make Grow a Garden stand out a little is its co-op friendliness. Like for example in Blox Fruits, it might be hard for a level 2000 player to play with a level 300 friend, as there's so many different areas and maps. Grow a Garden, however, is the exact opposite, as everyone is in the same hub area. This is the same for all players no matter what level. This means you can play with your friends, noob or pro, and have fun while doing so. The co-op friendliness makes it so that a player who enjoys Grow a Garden might bring their 3 friends along, and this allows for something called exponential growth, which really skyrockets the game's player count, as we can see with its 21 million peak. That is still insane. Finally, all these points I've talked about lead to one thing: the game's addictiveness. While Grow a Garden might seem boring and generic to someone who has never played, once you open up that rabbit hole, it's really hard to get out of. You start to have the game consume your life. You wait for the rare seeds, waiting for that moment where you see that rare mythic seed. You jump on ever so often throughout the day to collect your plants. I mean, the game is so easy to get on after all, and you get dopamine spikes every time you see that schmeckle count rise, and it rises fast. You start to bring friends along, you tell each other when seeds come out, and before long, the game is now a second life. Your simple little garden is now your source of happiness, and each seed you plant is another chance to get that dopamine hit when you can finally sell it. Or maybe it's just fun, colourful slop that kids enjoy. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you want to see more content from me, click on one of these videos here. YouTube thinks you'll like them. Anyway, peace.